Good morning, guys. Fitpocalypse here. We are heading to the range on a bright, sunny day. I mean, there are some clouds, but barely any, at least immediately overhead. And we're going to go and try and develop, or at least confirm, a dope card for the 30-06. So, what I did and what most of you guys can do too is you can take a basic box information. But understand, most of that box information is roughly based on a 24 or a 26-inch barrel. Me having a 22-inch barrel, I've actually taken it down by about 100 feet per second or so. Guys, I don't have a chronograph. I got some buddies that do, but they all have lives, they all have wives, they all have kids, they're busy. So wasn't able to get my hands on any kind of a chronograph immediately. Hopefully I can do that later in time and really develop a good dope card. But what I've got now is just a very generic information off of it. So I do everything, again, in MRAD and in meters with regards to range and ranging my targets. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to confirm 0 and let that barrel completely cool down. It's a balmy 12 degrees out right now. So not too shabby. It's going to be a little chilly. Forgot the gloves, of course. But we will get out there, send some rounds down range. Again, confirm 0. Make sure we're good to go. Solid on that. That's what I really, really want. Because anything after this point, if I don't have a good 0, doesn't matter. So I'm going to get a solid set 0. And then I'm going to test out those different ranges. I'm lucky enough that the range that we're at, because I do a lot of kind of long range competition shooting, has everything in, again, a rough estimate of meters. So, the first gong out there is 200 meters. That's why I do a 200 yards or 200 meter 0. And it's also just because that's what I'm used to with my ballistic drops and things like that. So I do a 200 meter 0. And then I'm going to test out the 300 meter 0. I can do this one of two ways. I can hold up, because I've got the full first focal plane Christmas tree reticle. So it gives me literally MRAD holdovers in both elevation and in windage. So I can, just hold up and send my shot downrange. Or I can actually dope, which is dead on prior engagement. I can take my information, actually adjust my turrets to the exact drop in that elevation that it's going to be, and send my shot that way and still hold that target at the crosshair. I'm moving the crosshair to where the drop is rather than raising up and holding underneath where the crosshair would have that drop be at, if you kind of get what I'm saying. I'll have to do like a tabletop or something with that one for you guys. But we'll hit the range. Again, this is testing out the 30-06 and a dope card for it. I'll see you guys soon. Out.
Hey guys, it's Fit. Didn't realize that my microphone didn't record during this whole thing. The mic had died, just low battery. And then with the plug-in on the phone, it actually denies anything that the phone can hear. So it just goes off of the mic, meaning nothing was actually heard from me in regards to how I was going to lay this whole process out for you. So what I will do though is I will go through and I will set up everything, just kind of give a layout of what I was doing. And that's the beauty of having everything recorded for data on prior engagement. I can elaborate what I was doing with each shot and explain what my thought process were and the whole 9 yards. So here we go. Let's get to it. So as usual, guys, I'm here showing that I'm going to be running my usual Winchester 180 grain soft point, Winchester power point. Again, off the box, it's going to show something along the lines of like 2,800, 2,750 feet per second. When I made my bullet drop card, I ended up going about 100 feet per second slower just to kind of see where things sat. Again, using a free dope or a free bullet drop thing. This is a nice little page I got off of Amazon, a little dope chart. Keeps things simple for me. I'm not a very organized person, but it helps me organize it in my brain. So here I am showing, again, multiple shots. Again, there's 20 shots, so about a box worth for each page. Going to And again, annotate what I'm using with the 30-06 180 grain bullets. I get that set and prepped for when I'm actually sending lead downrange. And here I am again trying to confirm a 200 meter zero. I've got my silhouette paper targets downrange, about to send that first shot out. Again, I'm not a big bolt rifle shooter, guys, so this is literally my first actual bolt rifle I've ever owned. Thank you again to my buddy Drew, taking care of me, making sure I can at least get to the point where I can put food on the table for my family. So the first round shot, it ended up hitting about low and right, and I did feel a pull into that shot. I kind of jerked the trigger a little bit, but I go and I list everything down, reassess my shots, and again, just to confirm zero. So you'll see me here verifying where I've made that impact at, and I'm going to adjust my dope, or I guess send another shot. I don't actually adjust dope yet. Surprisingly, I actually had to edit out a lot of time between these voiceovers, but at this point I'm again assessing where I'm at, trying to figure out how much more I need to adjust for an actual good zero. Again, today, or at least the day that this happened, was a beautiful, bright, early day, no wind, bit cold, about 12 degrees Fahrenheit. So again, the temperature will throw off kind of that zero. Obviously with the air being colder, a little bit thinner, your bullet's going to travel a little bit better. So for me to hit a little bit easier, a little higher on that is not uncommon, and that's what I decided to do overall. Here I am showing, again, an estimate of what my dope card was. I kept it at a moderate temperature, about 50 degrees. Again, it's about the in-between with the extremes I experience here where I live, and I've got it all the way out to 1,000 meters with a 200 meter zero. Again, just kind of getting an estimate of how that dope card developed with what I used online. Again, one of the many free apps or free websites that are out there to develop a dope card. You put in your speed, you put in your green weight. It actually dials it for you if you have your BCs, things of that nature, which BC stands for ballistic coefficient, just how well the bullet travels through the air and buffs the wind overall. So in doing that, again, none of that would matter if I didn't have a good zero, which is what I'm actually elaborating here in the video. Because a good zero is not going to matter, or any dope card you have is not going to matter unless you have a good, solid, reliable zero. So that's what I'm doing, is making sure I have a good, solid, reliable zero, and then going to test out the rest of the dope card from there. So with only taking 2 shots so far, this right here is where I take the third confirming shot, making sure I am at least holding a good group. It ends up being down into the left a little bit. Again, nice, solid, easy shots. I'm able to measure with my scope, just because it's all in MRADs, about how much adjustment I need to get to a really good, solid 200 meter zero. I then adjust for said 200 meter zero. Again, everything I do, guys, I'm annotating in that little booklet I've got. Again, just called Dope. I forget the author's name. I don't have it on me here right now. But I decide to, again, annotate everything. I get my dope set up off of that to make sure I'm having a good zero. So I'm doing everything cold bore, guys, meaning that after I take my single shot, I'm letting the barrel rest and cool back as much as I can to its original state before sending the next shot. This here is my 4th shot. This was the one that I land just half a centimeter to the right of the center A zone. Again, just right of the A on the center of that IPSC target. Again, for a 200 meter, getting it there, zero, was a really good shot. If I had moved it left more, it'd be half a centimeter to the left. If I move it right more, it'd be a half a centimeter to the right. So I decided to just leave it the way it was. And again, this right here, always, guys, always, just for the sake of making sure you know where you're aiming, where you're hitting, what you're doing, and developing an actual good dope card. Record everything you're doing, so that way when you find yourself under similar circumstances, you've already been there, you've already done that. You can do the research back into what you're shooting, how you're shooting, where you're landing your hits at, and you can annotate from there what changes need to be done to your dope card. Now that I had established a good 0, I'm going to adjust my scope to an actual 0 and 0 on the elevation and windage. The bullet's right where I need it to be, so I want to make sure I keep everything set at 0 where it needs to go. So I'm moving my windage knob, I'm unscrewing it here, showing that I'm going to pull it off, set it up to exactly 0. So I line up everything off of the scope itself to the 0 for the windage. And then over here, I will do the same for the elevation. And again, when you suck these down tight, don't do it so tight that you can't actually remove it again if you need to readjust your 0 for whatever reason that may be. You make a permanent change to your elevation or where you live. Vortex always comes with those fancy little tools, makes it easy for us to swap those over. So here we are, guys. I am out at the 200 meter mark, going to show you exactly what I've done. That first shot right there, you see, is my first shot ever. That's where I think I pulled it, and I probably did. Again, coming back and reevaluating it. These two shots down here to the bottom left were shot number 2 and shot number 3. Again, I did adjust elevation, or correction, I adjusted windage to compensate for that overall. And then I was, again, measuring off of my first focal plane scope, moved the elevation up and the windage back over a little bit, and I landed that shot right there next to the A, right that you see. So that way, again, I'm pretty set up and square to go on a good solid 0. I don't have the money or the ability to use a lot of rounds to make a good solid group. That's why I do it and I take my time, really get a good solid shot, and make sure that I got a good 0 off of that single shot versus like a 2 or 3 round group. Again, if you have the ability to use multiple rounds to make a good solid group and then 0 off of that, please, absolutely do. You get a better result out of it. Me, making do with what I've got, that's what I'm doing. Well, guys, my microphone actually died. It wasn't just the cold, but I'm going to do what I can with what I got. Literally, you guys are on my iPhone, trying to figure it out from here. So now what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to confirm at least all the way out to 600 meters off of this. Now, again, there's multiple ways I can do this. What I prefer to do, now that I'm zeroed on everything, just to kind of keep everything in the crosshair, is I'm actually going to take these numbers here, right here, there's 300. I'm at like 1.0 on my dope. I'm actually going to dope this up to where it's going to be at the 1, whole MRAD, at the 1, at the 300 meters. I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to see if I even hit my target, okay? Again, on an 18-inch circular plate, if I'm hitting it, that's pretty good. Again, that's another reason why I went with 180 grain. I don't know how ultra accurate most Savage rifles are. This is my first time ever shooting or using a Savage rifle, but we're going to go from there and see how it pans out. I'm going to dope like this, or if I wanted to, I could look through my crosshair and I can hold at the 1 hash on this because it's in MRAD as well. Most scopes, especially in the first focal plane nowadays, guys, have a really good tendency that whatever your holdover is inside through the reticle is the same as if you were to dope it to itself. So either way, you're not wrong. What I like to do just to make sure is I'm going to actually dope to this like that and call it good. I do need to get the 0 stop into it, but I should be good to go. So here we are. We're going to take my first shot. Again, just to confirm, 200 meter on steel this time. So here we go. Okay, that looks good. I was slightly left, but I think I did pull that one. So I'm running a cheap bipod, guys. It's okay. Again, did I hit it? Yes. Am I within about 3 inches of it? yeah, I'm right at about half a MRAD, so I'm 5 centimeters away. Yeah, I should be good. So now I'm going to take the same thing here, let it cool off. And we'll go from there. Sorry, I don't want to lose the brass. There we go. Okay, guys, it's cooled off, and it's actually getting colder almost. It feels like the sun's kind of starting to heat things up, so the cold air just, ugh, it's cold. Anyway, 300 meters, I'm at 1 MRAD, 1 whole MRAD, not 0.1. So I'm going to go to the 1 on my dope here. I'm going to get things ready, and I'm going to send that at the 300 meter target. Okay, again, this is just to confirm if this is actually going to hold that dope at distance. Nope. Didn't load around. But I flinched big. Gotta stop it. Okay, let's give that 300 meter a try. Ooh, man, it is cold. Yeah, it's really cold. I'm gonna give that 300 meters a try. I got it doped up. Let's see how we do. Slightly high and left. Again, not bad. Thinking that left might be, I went 1, 2 over. I might have messed up the seal on that. I'm gonna go 1 over. So 1.010, 300, high and left. I'm gonna annotate on this about where it hit. Even with the gunfire, that's a cold bullet. It's cold out here. Oof. Anyway, let her cool. We'll try the 400. All right, guys. So 300 was good. I have my windage set for 0.1 right. Just to, again, I think I might have messed that up when I was trying to hold it for 0. Shooting at 400 meters. And the hold for that is saying to go 2.1. So I'm gonna go move my dope 2.1 MRAD, and I'm gonna send it to the 400 meter and see how that holds up. I'm hoping this 0.1 fixes that left movement. Yeah, that 0.1 moved it. It's back in the right spot. So I must have clicked it or something when I was trying to set that 0. Yeah, so with this one, guys, it was literally just shy and to the right of that bullseye. That about nailed it. Heck yeah. So let me loosen that up. Don't move it. I'm holding the turret in its place. Try and unscrew this. There it goes. Lift it straight out. Put it right back on. And I'm going to tighten it up, holding the turret in place. Don't move it. Don't move it. Here it is. Going to get snug and boop. Okay, we're good to go now. So that fixed that problem. Fixed. That's right. So, shot number 8, which I should be all out of bullets. I'm going to take it to 500 meters. I'm back to 0 on my windage. Again, the sock, guys, is just straight down. It's awesome. But 500, And I know that next one is actually 550. Corrections. So the next gong is at 550. And this is already set up for 50 meter increments. 4.3. And we'll go from there. Let's get a swig of coffee in us first. Why not? There's a sheriff's deputy down there shooting. You can hear the shots. Wonder if it's my buddy Andrew. But I'll leave him be. So 550, 4.3 MRADs on the elevation scale. We'll just single feed it this time. So magazine fed bolt rifles are a little hard to single feed just because of the way they're shaped. There we go. 550. Here we go. Where are you at? Right there. There we go. 550. Max powered out. Oh, I didn't hear that ping. I think I pulled. I felt like I pulled. I'm gonna do the same thing for shot number 9. It's just getting cold out here, guys. You can see a lot more coming off my breath now. Let that sit for a minute and cool off. We'll try it again. See you in a minute. All right, guys. Same thing. Sucking it in tight. 550. Let's see how it goes. Oh, there's the hit. I'm slightly high. I mean slightly, like 4 centimeters high. So not bad. Yeah, I pulled that last shot. I'm annotating slightly high. I'll show you guys here. Come on. So you can see I'm annotating. Where's my camera? Here's my camera. I'm annotating right here my elevation and my windage and where that impact actually happens at in regards to that target. Okay, so that shot wasn't bad. I'm not a bolt rifle guy, guys. So I like my semi-autos. I like faster shots on target. I like the free float barrels of most AR platforms. My boys have been giving me a little bit of crud. Go with the M1A. Guys, it's just not me. Okay. Yeah, that was 550. We made an impact. So far this is holding up pretty good. Whatever you guys choose to use. Again, developing a good dope card is just the beginning of being able to really reach out and touch. The next step after that, time behind the gun. So, I mean, I've been out here I've been out here an hour and a half, and I've only put 9 shots downrange. So, but again, I'm going off of a cold bore to make sure my dopes are good. So, get out while you can, guys. Just a lesson. Shot number 10, going to 600 meters. Mark that down. 5.1, 600 meters. Windage is still 0. Give it a try, see how we look. But we'll send it without. We'll see how we do. Again, 600 meters. Safety. I'm like, why is this not working? Well, that one was slightly high and right. I pulled that shot. Felt that. But, again, this dope card seems to be working for me. High and right. Let's do it again. Why not? Shot 11. I'll go right after too. Let's see how. That was better. Thought too long with that first shot. Need to get in, aim, and do my thing. That's what I needed. Okay guys, here at the 200 meter, gonna show you the shot. Again, not bad. That was before I figured out I had accidentally moved things over one more click on the windage to the left while trying to tighten down that knob. So we're gonna go to the 3 and I'll show you that one. Okay guys, there's the 300 right there. Again, confirming the dope card. Seems to be doing pretty good for itself so far. Off to the 4. So between the 3 and the 4 was when I figured out I had that extra click that I'd put into the windage, because there's the target there, and right there is the shot, just to the right there. Not too bad. Here, I'll take you closer. We can get a good look at it. Not bad. 400 meters. Again, cold barrel, and I want to be consistent with it. And the reason for that consistency is that way if I need to take a first time shot at distance, say on a deer or an elk, I can do so and be confident in my ability to shoot at said distance. Now the 550 here, I did have that one that I whiffed. Again, I'm not a bolt rifle guy. I'm getting used to the recoil, guys. I'm getting used to, it's not bad, but like, again, my body and my brain keeps, tricking themselves, I anticipate, and things like that. So I kind of jerk the trigger, which I need to not do. I need to stop it. So, but here's the 550. Obviously, that there, right there, is the target that's painted. That's my shot. And again, that's about 3-4 inches, about 8 centimeters.
it's not bad at all. Again, like if I'm hitting an elk, that's still lungs, that's still vitals, things like that. Heaven forbid it has to be, you know, a Minecraft zombie at distance. I mean, that's still going from, you know, the belly button to the chest or the chest to the throat, you know, about that much. I'm still gonna hit him. Here's the 600. So 600. That was my first shot right there. Looks like my second shot did go high because of the hotter barrel up here, but it's centered up. That's what I wanted to see. So again, not too bad, not too shabby. Does what I need it to. So, but yeah, that hotter barrel definitely made from there up to there. That one right next to it was already there. You can see because it's shinier over time. So first shot was there, and again, the minute I have a warmer barrel, that's the shot there. So a lot more in line. That's what I was kind of going for. I wanted to see how it was. Just right above, like I said, just right above. But yep, bolt rifles are definitely ones, guys, that you want to make sure A, you're consistent with, but B, that everything you do with them should be done off of a cold bore. Because again, on a cold bore, I'm going to be then able to send my shot as accurate as I can with it. Right there. Again, if that's an elk, that's still lungs, that's still vitals. So, but overall, I like it. I like it a lot. I like having my rifles zeroed well. So, okay guys, so going out, testing my dope card, getting everything set up the way I want. Again, a dope card is just a good estimation, varying with temperature, barometric pressure, things of that nature, how consistent the manufacturing load is overall. This is just a baseline, okay? That's why you record everything, so that way when you get down to it, you know how the rifle is going to react because you've done it before, you've trained with it one way or another. Again, this ballistic dope card here, I like to have them on my rifle just for the sake of if I don't have my wrist information, I'm not terribly strained in regards to not knowing what I'm doing. So again, if I forget this, I still have it on the rifle itself. So after this, guys, going out and getting time at the range is what's going to be best for you. Understanding it, you know, with some wind, 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, 15, 20. What's that bullet doing at said distance? And getting that time behind the gun is what's going to really seal how well you shoot overall. Again, working this out so that way I can cold bore, first shot, hit my elk, hit my deer at whatever distance it may be, and humanely put that animal down and put food on the table for my family. That's the ultimate goal behind this rifle for my family and for my purpose with it. So other than that, guys, go out, train. Again, your dope card's going to do you well for, again, a rough estimation, but getting time behind the trigger is what's going to be key and vital. So as always, guys, stay fit, train hard, and I'll see you guys in the next one.